I am David Guillam from the University of Geneva. I am senior lecturer and research associate for now about 20 years. In the context of LC-MS analysis of biopharmaceuticals, we have discovered the existence of the BioAccord instrument, which is a high-resolution MS device that is of course combined with liquid chromatography. First, we are in an academic laboratory, we do not have extended place, and therefore this instrument has the advantage to have a very small footprint. In addition, it is extremely important to have a system which is quite easy to use, and this one has an ease of operation which is clearly never seen before in other kind of instrumentation. For me, it was also important to have a system which was interesting in terms of cost of ownership, because then we can have a fast return on investment.
I'm Valentina Datri. I'm a research and teaching fellow at University of Geneva, and I mainly work with biopharmaceutical products that may include proteins or also therapeutic oligonucleotides. The instrument is quite flexible for analyzing proteins at tinted level, middle up level, for doing a glycan analysis. So actually you can really have a complete characterization of your molecule on the same platform. And at the same time, also the data treatment can be speed up thanks to the use of the UniFi, because you can actually project your processing method and then apply it in the routine once it's ready. So specifically we have applied the BioAccord for the analysis of some complex molecules, such as, for instance, the bispecific antibodies. In this case, actually, we had really a complex structure that we have dissected thanks to the different applications. So we use reverse phase, helix, at intact and middle up level. So another interesting application that we have performed on the BioAccord has been the comparison of the glycosylation profile by using different approach. Basically, we compared 3 different sample preparations, and already by comparing the rapid flow with the 2AB, we had the 10 times increments of the speedy of the sample prep, and the same was for the subunits analysis. So the advantage of using the BioAccord was to perform the analysis on the same platform, so both released glycan analysis and subunit analysis were performed on the same instrument. And by preparing in advance all the processing method, we were able actually to speed up the processes of analysis of the data. And this is really important, especially when you want to analyze, for instance, difference between biosimilars and originator, and having protocols like this that are really communicative and easy to obtain could be a great advantage actually. The beauty on the transferability of the method is that you can give the entire analysis, so your collaborator can actually see the list of your acquisition, how you treat it, how you perform the interpretation of the data. And so it will be also more easy to discuss the results and to take the other decision on the processes.
My name is Julien Bourquin. I'm part of Waters Analytical Professional Services team. We are a global network of biopharmaceutical experts dedicated to the success of BioAccord customers. I was immediately won by the ease of adoption of the BioAccord system. I trained users with no prior MS experience, and they could get results injecting their own samples in just a day. It means that laboratories which did not have access to mass spectrometry in the past can now seamlessly benefit from it.
My name is Amaran Murizier, and I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Geneva. We developed several techniques for the characterization of charge variants by ion exchange chromatography, but based on the liquid chromatography, we can only separate the basic and acidic species from the main isoform. But to have the information about the identity of those species, the mass spectrometry is ultimately required. That's why we decided to use the BioAccord system. After only 2 days of training by Waters team, I was able to work on that instrument by my own. For the selection of the mobile phases, we tested the enhanced buffer provided by Waters. We finally decided to choose that buffer because it provided nice peak shapes on the liquid chromatographic part, but also the compatibility with the mass spec was good. It's well known that ion exchange and its affination to mass spectrometry is one of the most challenging applications. And I wasn't an expert in mass spectrometry, but thanks to the BioAccord, I was rapidly able to perform this workflow. With the BioAccord, the acquisition of the data is easy, but also the treatment of the data. The installation of the system has been made based on specific protocols and standards specifically dedicated for biopharmaceuticals analysis. That made us confident that the system was properly working for applications that we wanted to implement it, such as the ion exchange MS. In addition, we had the support of Waters Analytical Professional Services. And they helped us until we were able to fully implement and develop our workflow.
We also have the opportunity to test the Premier instrument, which is a full solution containing instrumentation and also column, which is based on HPS technology. In particular, we are interested in analyzing some oligonucleotides, and those samples are known to be very hard to analyze. And thanks to this solution, we really have some big improvements, both in terms of peak shape and overall chromatographic performance, and also from the MS side, we have a significant improvement in terms of sensitivity due to a lower adsorption. In our day work, we used to collaborate quite a lot with pharmaceutical industry, and for this purpose, BioAccord instrument again was quite interesting because we can have an ease of method transferability between our academic laboratory and industries which are partnership of our lab.